This is part two of a four-part series that shows you how to connect Procurement Express to other applications using Zapier.com. If you haven't seen part one yet, then go over to part one if you want to learn how to set up Zapier to begin with and to create the connections that you're going to need in terms of the applications that we're going to use or that we're going to connect within Zapier. So part two is going to show you how to create your first Zap, and what we're going to do with that Zap is we're going to connect Procurement Express to a Google Sheet. That way, when the things happen within Procurement Express, like a purchase order gets created or maybe gets approved, then we can take that detail of that purchase order, all of the data from that purchase order, and we can push it directly into the Google Sheet as a separate row in that Google Sheet. Now, we could do the same thing with Microsoft Excel. We just need to connect the application to Microsoft Excel first instead of creating the connection to the Google Sheet. But it's exactly the same method. So we've got our Google Sheet connection. I've connected to my G Suite account, and I've also connected to Procurement Express as well. So we've connected to our Procurement Express account, and I've got my demo Procurement Express account here. It's got some purchase orders in it already. It's got some data in it already that we can use. And I've also created a Google Sheet. Here's the Google Sheet here. I've called it Zapier Demo, and I've put in a header: supplier name, total net, total gross, tax, and notes. They're the fields we're going to use to begin with, and that's the data that we want to create in this sheet. So what we're doing is we're creating a real-time report. Anytime something happens within Procurement Express, like the PO gets approved, then that PO data is going to show up in here. Okay, let's go back to Zapier. Now, the first thing we're going to do is going to click on Zaps, and we're going to add a new Zap. Now, make it a Zap is basically your connection between the two applications. So it's that kind of piece of code in the background that does that connection for this specific task that we're doing. So we're going to create a Zap. And like I said in part one, the first thing we're going to do in a Zap is we need to choose a trigger. So the trigger is the thing that happens when something occurs within a particular application. So in the case of Procurement Express, you can trigger on four things. You can trigger when a purchase order is created, when it's marked as approved, when it's marked as fully delivered, and when it's marked as fully paid. So those four things you can trigger on. So in this case, we're going to type in Procurement Express. We're going to choose Procurement Express as our trigger, and we're going to select what trigger event we want. In this case, we'll say new purchase order approved. So when the purchase order is marked for approval, and then we've got then that's our trigger. That's when this particular piece of code will fire. So we can name our Zap as well. So we can call that Zapier, or actually let's change that to PEX to Google Sheet test. Something we can go back to later on and we can see exactly what we've done. Now, with this trigger, we've chosen that it's going to be the approved trigger. We're going to click continue, and it's going to ask us what account that we need to use. So in this case, we select the account that we already created, the app connection that we already created. So we're going to create that, and we save that. Now it's going to ask us which company. So you may or may not know that in Procurement Express you can have multiple company accounts. That's an add-on that we have, and you can actually choose which company you want to relate to. In this case, it's going to search for the companies. I'm going to use this one, QuickBooks Test Code. That's the company that I'm using, and I'm going to click continue. Okay, now it says test your trigger. All right, so what we want to do is it wants to go off and find data. Now, the first thing we can do before we click the test trigger button is we go back to our Procurement Express account and we create a purchase order, a test purchase order. So we're going to go in and we're going to create a test purchase order here, and then it's going to pick up that data straight away, and we can use that for the creation of our Zap. So let's create our test purchase order. Okay, so I've speeded it up a bit. We've created our test purchase order and it's been sent off for approval. And what I can do is just go in and make sure it's approved. So once it gets approved, then we can go back to Zapier and we can say test your trigger, and it should go off and find that purchase order. And I think it did. It found all the details that we need. This is all the details that we've got in terms of from that particular purchase order. It's just found it. So we can use that data now to test our Zap out and to map out the different fields that we need to push into the Google Sheet. So we're going to click continue. That's our trigger finished with. So we've got our trigger done. We've just said whenever Procurement Express creates an approved purchase order, then capture that data and push it into our action. So we can create our action now. So in this case, we're going to choose the Google Sheets. That's going to be our action. And what we're going to do from that action, we have to choose an actual event. So we're going to say create a spreadsheet row. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to create a new row every time that that trigger occurs. So let's continue. And let's choose the Google Sheets account. So I've got my account done already. We created that beforehand. And it will ask us to go to Google Drive or the spreadsheet involved and say what spreadsheet are we going to use. So let's go to Zapier Demo, and then we can choose the worksheet that we're going to, and we've only got one worksheet. Let's just go into Zapier Demo. It's called Data Sheet. That's the one we're going to use. So go back to Zapier, choose the worksheet, we choose Data Sheet. Okay, so what it's done is it's gone off to that sheet and it's looked for the headers, and it's found the headers: supplier name, total net, total gross, tax and notes, etc. So now what we have to do is we have to match all of the fields from that header with the fields from Procurement Express. So we have to make sure that we've got the supplier name from Procurement Express and we put it into that specific field. So we click on Type or Insert. We can click on or see all of the fields from Procurement Express. In fact, supplier name is the first one, so we can select supplier name. That's it. That's that done. Total net. So we can go in, if we click on Show All Options, it gives us a list of all of the options there. Now we can display or we can put up individual line item detail. In this case, we want total net. So we look down, we'll scroll down, find total net. That should be there. There are a lot of fields that you have access to in Procurement Express. All of the detail, there's total net at the bottom. And we can save that. We need total gross. I saw that was at the bottom as well. We can scroll down to that and put in total gross. I think we can put in a default for the tax if we want to. So in this case, I'm just going to put the tax at 0. And then we can use notes. We can put in the notes. So we can type in notes in the search box there. There's our notes field. We can put those notes in like that. And then we click. So we've filled in all of our details: supplier name, total net, total gross. We've put the tax at 0 for now, and we've put notes in, and we can click continue. And now we can test that. So we can, if we look at our Zapier demo sheet, let's bring that out and make that a bit smaller so we can see that at the same time as running our test. This is quite useful because you want to be able to see that it's actually done something. So we'll make that a bit smaller and put that side by side. So we run test and continue. There we go. Instantly that gets pushed into the Google Sheet as a new line in that Google Sheet with the right detail. So now it's completed. We've got our one trigger and our one action. We can turn that Zap on and that will run against that particular Procurement Express account all of the time. So anytime we add a new purchase order that gets approved, at that point it gets pushed into the Zapier sheet instantly. Now there's a couple of other things we can do first before we do that. So that tax figure, we can change that tax figure. We know that the tax is, the total tax figure isn't necessarily isn't available in Procurement Express, in the Procurement Express data. So how do we work that out? Well, we know that the total amount can go from the total gross amount minus the total net is the tax amount. So we can work that out, but we need to work that out in a separate action, and we can do that within Zapier. So we can add a separate action to work out that initial piece of information for us, so we can then push that into the spreadsheet. So let's do that. Okay, we click on the plus symbol here, and what we want is we want a formatter. So this is a Zapier formatter. It's one of the helper things that you can do. So let's choose a formatter, and then when we click on the action and event, we want to work with numbers. So we want to do a maths operation, and we want to continue, because what we want to do is take that total net and total gross and take them away from each other. And the transform we want to do is we want to do a math operation. That's what we want to do. So we're going to choose the operation. We're going to subtract. Okay, and the input is going to be our total gross amount. That's right at the very bottom, total gross. And our next input is going to be our total net amount. Okay. And we can continue. And that's going to subtract one from the other. So we can do a test and review, and that should give us an output back, and the output is 0. That's correct. Okay. So let's go retest and continue. So now we've got a second action called numbers that we can use to take the data from the output of that and push that into our Google Sheet. Now, if we click on this, we can rename it. So we can say, we can call it subtract net from gross. That's the name of our action. And now we can go back into our Google Sheets action. We can choose customize spreadsheet row. And then instead of the tax set at 0, we can choose our new action and we can take the output from that, which in this case, again, is 0. So that now gives us the tax. So in that way, we've formatted some of the data from Procurement Express in a separate action, and we've pushed that into the spreadsheet as well. So a very powerful tool to be able to make changes or to format the data as you go along. Now we can turn that Zap on, and we can test it turned on. So let's go and create a new purchase order. So now that's turned on, we can go and create a new purchase order under the Procurement Express account. And hopefully when we go back to the Google Sheet, then we'll see that that data has been pushed straight into that. So let's go and create a new purchase order again in the same way. We'll fill out the detail. Let's choose someone different. Let's choose Amazon in this case. Let's choose some different details. And there it is. It's worked out the total net and total gross amounts, and it's given us a tax that's from that calculation. So one final thing to note with Google Sheets and so on, what happens if you've forgotten a particular header? So you want to take some information like this custom field here, agreement approved and uploaded. Maybe that's a custom field that you want to put into here, and you say, oh, I should have added that as an extra field or an extra header field in here. Simple, very easy to do. What you can do is you go back to your Zap, which is currently on, and we can go back and we can say customize add spreadsheet row again. So we've got our customized spreadsheet row, and then we can let's go in and we can add our header in. So let's add our header in, insert left, and we can say agreement uploaded. Let's call that our header. So we put that in as a new column in our header. If we go in here and we say refresh fields, it's going to pull those headers back down from the Google Sheet. And there is our field there. We might have to move some things around here. So let's do that. And now we can see if we go into here's our custom field that we've got. If we go into Procurement Express, we can go and we can go find that custom field. So if I type in agreement, I think, yeah, there it is, agreement approved and upload. So that's our custom field. 1 is a yes and 0 would be a no in this case. And we can save that. And let's retest it. So every time you make a change, you should retest it, make sure that the detail is correct. And you can turn it on. And there we go. It's pushed that in for us and it's made that change. It's now taken that custom field and it's taken our test data and it's pushed it in with that custom field. So therefore, you've got that data in. So you can create extra new reports using any of the field data that you want to on a Google Sheet for any of the columns that you want to create. And then you can also format some of that data like I have here and push that into the Google Sheet as well. So that enables you to create data from the purchase order that is specific to maybe another application. So maybe you want to create a report that allows you to kind of generate a CSV file or a Google Sheet or an Excel file, for instance, that you can then import into another application. This is a very good way of doing that because this report is going to be created as you're creating the purchase orders, and it means you can simply just download this report whenever you want onto your local machine and upload it into that extra application that you need to, whether that's an accounts application or something of that nature. Okay, so I think that shows you how you can do that. Feel free to try this out and to create your own reports within within a Google Sheet or within Excel from Procurement Express. And if you have any questions about any of this at all, just feel free to reach out to me.